Hi, I'm Nico and welcome to another episode. We have been lucky enough to be traveling for a couple of weeks and we're just about to head back to Beijing. I'm exhausted and we couldn't get the train tickets that we wanted to get, so we had to get first class. Although I was a little bit bummed at first because they're a little bit more expensive, I thought I've never taken a first class train here in China, so how about I make a video and show you what it's like. I've taken a fair few trains in China, both slow and fast. But like I said, I've never travelled first class before. I just love taking the trains here. It's a really relaxing way to travel. Speaking of relaxing, I also love how in the train station they have these massage chairs. I like to get a massage before I get on the train. So there are a few reasons why I haven't travelled first class here in China. The most obvious reason is, of course, the price. It's more expensive to get a first class ticket than it is a second class ticket. So I haven't bothered. And to be honest, I haven't really felt like I needed to. I actually really enjoy the second class carriages on the high-speed trains here in China. They're really spacious, you get lots of legroom, there's plenty of places to put your luggage, and generally I don't have any complaints. So I'm really intrigued to see whether it's actually worth forking out the money for it. So we're on the first class bullet train, currently going 303 kilometers per hour, and we're in first class. So these are the seats. They're pretty big, pretty spacious. Can't lift the arms up, but that's okay. They're quite wide. As you can see, I can push it back, which is pretty good. Very comfortable. They've got this like headrest, which is very comfortable. Also, they've got a footrest, so you can spread your legs out and put your feet on it. I've got my little rucksack down here, but I've got so much leg room, it's ridiculous. There's a little hook here that I can hook my jacket on. There's 2 plugs in front of me, and there's also 2 plugs underneath the seat. There's a light up here, a reading light, so you can see. Nice big window and a screen. Lovely. Lots of luggage space behind me, lots of luggage space in the front, and lots of luggage space above me. Unfortunately, as we were making this film, the train stewardess came and told us that we couldn't film on the train anymore. We had managed to get some B-roll shots, so I'm going to have to finish the film here. Let's talk about the differences between first class and second class. So the main difference that you'll notice between first class and second class is the seats. In first class, you have 2 rows of 2 seats on either side. In second class, you have 1 row of 2 seats and 1 row of 3 seats. Obviously, this means in first class, you get more legroom and more space, which is obviously a bonus. I think the seats are pleasant in both classes. In first class, they're a little bit comfier and a little bit wider. But honestly, in first and second, they're both better than any airline seat I've ever been on. I could easily spend a long train journey being very comfortable in these seats. I'm not that tall, but Jack's over 6 foot, and even he is really comfortable in both the first and the second class seats. There's lots of legroom and lots of space. Both have tray tables, but the main difference is that in first class, the tray table comes out of the armrest, and in second class, it comes down in front of you. The tray table in first class was bigger, but personally, I felt like it didn't feel as sturdy because it came out of the arm and folded, and actually it was a little bit faffy. There were, however, a few added extras in first class. There's a head pillow, a footrest, a light, a magazine, which kind of reminded me like an in-flight magazine that you get on airplanes. And of course, let's not forget the snack. Whilst I'm not necessarily a fan of everything that was in the box, I did think this was a nice added gesture. I did notice as well, on the armrest there's a QR code which you can scan to get information about the train, the stops, and order some food. I haven't noticed this in second class, but again, I could be wrong. I know you all have that burning question, what are the toilets like? Well, I'm generally quite impressed by the toilets on the bullet train. They're always kept quite clean and they're quite spacious to use, in comparison to the slow trains, which aren't always the best. The toilets, however, in first class were even bigger and were very clean. I was pretty impressed with how nice the toilets were. So I thought I'd come to the bathroom and film a little bit. It's in between business and first, and it's actually a really big bathroom. I'm pretty impressed with how nice it is. It's pretty clean. There's toilet paper, there's tissues, there's a hand wash. Yeah, great bathroom. I love taking the train in China. It's definitely my preferred method of transport here. It's really relaxing, it's very quick at boarding, the trains are usually on time, and it's just a nice experience. You can sit on the train and watch the rolling countryside go by because they all have these big windows. One thing about taking the train that I do find a little bit stressful is the fact that you can't actually book that far in advance. So you can only book kind of a month in advance, and this can be a little bit awkward if you're trying to plan ahead for a holiday or an event, because you can't guarantee that you'll get the tickets. Now they've changed the tickets so that you don't have to go to the desk to pick them up anymore, and you get e-tickets, which means you can just show it on your phone and you get straight in, which is just so amazing. So I'm really happy that this change has been implemented. But I just like to be able to book my tickets just a little bit further in advance. So now that we've talked about the two classes, is first class really worth it? Well, it's a little bit nicer and a lot more comfier, and you get these added extras, which is great. But at the end of the day, for me, it always comes down to price. First class is twice the price as second class, and is it twice as good? I'm not so sure. If you're traveling second class and it's just you and your partner and you can get in the row 2, I honestly think this is just as nice as traveling first class. I'm really happy that I got to experience first class at some point in my life, as I'm not sure whether I would have bought the tickets on my own accord if it hadn't been for the fact that we couldn't get other tickets, but I probably won't be buying them again. I would, however, like to try business class if I got the opportunity, because these seats look amazing. It looks like you get your own private little pod thing. So I would definitely be willing to try that, but I'm not sure I'll ever be able to afford business class. At the end of the day, no matter what class you choose on the bullet trains, they're all really great. I actually just love taking them. They're really fast and they're really comfortable. What's the best train ride that you've been on? Leave me a comment below and let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. It wasn't quite how I planned it, but I hope you still got some good information from it. I'll see you next time.